Hola and hello! In today's video, we're going to start a 3-part series. In this series, the first 2 parts will cover the 12 matches it took to reach a good game, where we actually win and have reasonably good teammates and everything works out in our favor. Now, the reason I'm doing this is to show that you don't always have good matches, for one. For two, even if your teammates play bad in the moment, doesn't mean that they're always playing like that, as we all will miss our shots. We all will make bad decisions based off of being too passive or too aggressive in certain situations, the lack of information, and much more. So in these 12 matches, I'm going to discuss what I did wrong, what my team did wrong, and what we could have done better.
Let's target them while they're separated.
And then, at the end of it all, on the 3rd part to this video series, I will show the win that we got on match 13 with 2 teammates that were communicating and cooperating with me, and they didn't have mics, but they were pinging, moving here, looting here, here's this item, attacking this, enemy over there. And this information allowed us to play each situation very well, along with each of us doing our own part in knowing how to do 1v1s or survive or anything else. So, with this all being said, let's get into the video.
I need time to pop a medkit. Don't ape it, don't ape it. Hold this wall. I cracked Seer, I cracked Seer. I'm healing. He's moving towards me. You have a armor swap. Come back. I'm gonna go respawn him over here just so that I can scan the beacon too. That way he can get his loot back.
Now,
if we respawn
here,
anywhere else, he's gonna be
I'm
closer to
spawning him in
enemies.
ring because I have this scan, and I knew that this would be the safest spawn for this reason. If you look, there's a team already close to us, and they were closer to the other beacon he was going to go to. And then if we spawned in Hydra, there would have been more teams over there, and we couldn't have gone to Swamps because there was already teams there. So this was the safest spawn location. Now, I expected Bangalore to use their ult to hold them off while Pathfinder landed on the loot to loot the purple armors and all the other stuff they had there. But instead, Path flies all the way to Hydra Dam and then came all the way back, and during this, me and Bang were trying to loot back. I call out to move out this back side because I expected we'd fight it too long and there was going to be a 3rd party. And then, all of a sudden, knocks someone and then uses their mic.
Just go out the right side. I figured you were gonna land on the boxes and loot up.
One is on push. Don't let them push me. Never mind.
I tagged him.
That one and only time they used the mic, when they could very well have used it this entire time. Notice how I'm avoiding most of the damage I can while doing as much as I can back.
I cracked Fuse, he's low. And this was the 3rd party I was expecting, and the reason why I said that we should have rotated out in the first place. Spam pinging isn't a help. There's no way I'm gonna be able to help to revive you. There's the whole nother team. You were gonna res in a spot that would have got him killed just the same. And see, this team thinks that they were right because it ended badly whenever I had already called out to rotate in the first place. And if they had looked at the map whenever I pinged the location of all enemies, they would have noticed this themselves.
I'll never leave my team behind again.
And when we started fighting this team, I called out we should back out this way. I kind of figured how long we'd already taken to fight would have caused that to happen. Y'all got a knock, so we aggressed. We took longer, third party came in.
Proving Dwado wrong once more, I see.
If you had respawned over where you were going, that team was closer in that spot. This just summarizes the match. Not much else to do. I just throw my nades and do what I can to make sure they don't get my loot. They don't get my loot though, fuck them. Fucking idiots, dude.
Might set up over that way.
Alright, started off this match. Goes to complete shit. My teammates land on top of me on these 3 bins, so I get a bunch of nades, and then I already know it's going to go to shit. It's very predictable. You need to spread away from your team, especially in ranked. It is required. It is not an option. If you don't, you will lose. And this is why. We didn't have very good loot between all of us. I don't even think they had multiple guns. And now that we're under here, and the way that we're playing, we don't have much to play off of. I try to throw nades to hopefully get some hits on.
I hit one for 100.
I launch up here trying to throw a thermite, end up getting fucked up. But I know there's not much else that we're going to do with this situation. And then right here, this guy has the opportunity to rotate out and like run away, and he just sits up here. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna wait, as if he's gonna get our banners or something. And it's like, players don't seem to understand when they should be leaving an area and when they should be staying in an area. Now, you'll notice that I might shit talk, but I tend to keep my shit talking after the match and not directed at someone because it doesn't help them. Learn to land separate, you fucking morons, dude. Holy shit. I might correct them and say, hey, we should have done this, we should have done that, and whatever else, but I never just inherently, you're terrible, you're trash, or anything else until after the match, because it's okay to express your irritation. What's not okay is to be aggressive for no reason at someone, because it doesn't help them. No one's landing with us, we can split up. Jesus fucking Christ.
Sorry, I had a conversation up, and I apologize.
You're good, you're good. I literally died in this exact spot last match because everyone landed in the same spot and we just insta-died because no one had loot.
I get you.
Now, this is why communication is so important, as I'm looking for a flat I may have expressed irritation from the start of the match. Him coming up and using his comms to explain his situation allowed me to kind of rationalize, okay, this happens, and allow me to then express that the reason I was irritated in the first place was due to my previous match where a similar thing happened, which caused the match to end in failure. By being able to communicate with your teammates, you can get past some of the issues that you might have, even if you have different playstyles or mindsets. I have a tower. Take this. Instead of just directly attacking each other, just talk. Communication is key to every single match when you're playing ranked. Now, I called out that I hit them because I thought I was going around the corner. I just am not used to this character's abilities yet, and later on I do switch away from him just because I could not manage to use him effectively. Now here, I didn't mean to jump off all the way. I just ended up getting booted when I hit the ground and went all the way down. And I needed to communicate this to my team that I wasn't able to be up there to help them sooner. But because of how long it took me to let them know this, they were put in a bad situation and ended up getting both of them killed. And that pretty much ended the match. Before I can help.
Oh, these guys are all busted. Patsy's healing on this bridge. Never mind.
I'm down.
Each shield will blow.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Nice drop.
Yeah, GG.
Good night, beautiful.
Fuck. Where are we going?
Let's go over there. I'm bored here.
Attention, I'm going there.
I'm looking for a G7 and a 99.
R99 here.
I want to try to hit map room just so we know where everyone's at as we're moving in. And then the next ring's going to be in Hydro, I'm pretty sure.
Now, in this situation, I was wanting to go to the map rooms just so that I can get a scan on the location of all the enemies and also know where the next ring is, just to kind of try to play this the best I can. And I knew that there were these teams fighting, and I was hoping to wrap behind them before they started moving this direction, so that we could have pincered that team.
I'm dead.
Instead, we ended up getting up there right as they were rotating away, and then whenever I fell off, I was kind of stuck. My teammates didn't back off quickly enough.
Can you give me a pad?
Ended up getting Loba downed.
Stuck. Fuck me. Don't fall, Loba, don't fall. I don't know what to do. I made it. What the f...
Enemy landed near me.
He died. He fucking died. Oh no, that's amazing. They're above me. It's alright. Play your life. This is a fuck situation. I believe in you, Octane.
You can craft our banners. See, this is something that a lot of players don't do, and I'm really glad this Octane did do this to at least try to keep the match going, and it's running away when you're solo. If you cannot confirm that you're going to most likely at least a 50-50 chance of wiping the last of the team, don't stay. It's that simple. If you are no longer at a 50-50 or higher chance of winning a fight, leave. It is okay to reset and take a better position so that you can then continue the match with your team. Or if you have to play solo and rat, that is fine to do as long as you don't start the match with that intention. Now, we really should have stayed in here, and this is why knowing how to get up on the pipes is very essential, as we should have waited on the pipes for people to pass, as there's teams out here, and we would have gotten pincered by coming out and fighting, and then going back in, the other team coming down, which ends up happening. That's why I wanted to chill in there, but they moved out looking for loot, ended up fighting people. It drew the attention in from behind, and ended up getting us killed in the end. Dude, there's no... Damn it. Yeah. So I was trying to stay in there in the first place. Nice. Jeez, 0 damage, oh my fucking god. Why? Why are you trying to force a fight?
Land on the other side. They're landing short.
Now, in this, I want to discuss over-aggression and kiting. This is something that a lot of players do very wrong, and I think what it comes down to is not understanding when to go in and when to go out of a fight. Like right here, the Octane pushes up with a lot of over-aggression and is unable to even retreat or get to cover. The Loba pushed up, and once she was low, she teleported back. She ended up getting a knock,
I'm still trying to get used to this character. I'm just trying to fuck around.
and then got away. I'm like right here, I'm using cover. I'm using things to make it where there's an ability to get out of line of sight as fast as possible, and once I get scanned, I back off. I loot up some, and then I peek back out to see if they're chasing, which they are, and then I keep trying to kite them away. Now,
chasing
I
me
know
down the
that
banner.
I'm unlikely to get this zip off and actually get out, but I did know that by running away continually, I pulled them away from the Loba, allowing her to grab the banner and then go for a respawn. Moving forward in the match, I do get a little irritated at the fact that they are bronze. And this is nothing against them. This is just me irritated at the system that would put me as a plat player with a bronze player. There should be no reason that I should be paired with players that are that significantly different in rank. Even if they have the skill of a higher tier player, what it causes is they are going to play with a different mindset than players that are playing in the higher ranks. Or at least that's what it used to be before this recent season and the changes that they've done.
Rings near and we
Charging on my shield. Reloading. Enemy. I'm down. Rings around the corner and we've got 30 seconds.
cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death.
What the fuck? How did they knock you like that?
Buy and fly. We gotta move.
Being shot at. The nerve.
God fucking damn, dude. Holy shit. I have nades to throw.
She almost fucked me up by shutting this door on me.
Bruh.
45
Throwing jump drive.
Taking fire. Taking fire.
Now, we're about to have another demonstration of kiting. When I climb up on this rock, I peek out, but I don't continue to peek. I peek long enough to do some damage and get their attention on me, and then I go right back down. Because I know there's two shooting at me. I cannot output the damage of two players, assuming they're going to hit an equal amount of shots per person as me.
Right here, right
And this allows me to go back and heal, but still giving enough pressure that they don't want to just
That one's
aggress
cracked.
immediately.
Knocked.
The ring is near and closing in 10 seconds.
Down that one. Like pushing limits as much
We need to get
Now,
inside
I
here.
noticed
We
that
need to
ring
get
was
inside
coming
here.
in, so I went ahead to move into ring, and luckily Loba had heat shields and stuff to stay out there and revive him.
Got good taste.
enemy shield.
The nerve. Firing on.
Now, here, I call out that
57
they're
on the
going to
other
push
side.
because of how low I am, and they should have. Even if I did heavy damage to that initial player, if they had both pushed, they would have been able to wipe us earlier. They didn't, giving us the opportunity to reset, and I noticed that this is going to be in ring, so I thought it'd be better to stay here and guarantee second place than to go out there and probably get wiped to the trio team. Now my hope was to get out there before that other team got wiped, and because we didn't, it made it where we were pretty much guaranteed to lose at this point because they knew where we were at, and there was no reasonable way to get
it's a
out.
bad
Now,
spot
Loba should
for
not
now,
have
but it's
teleported until
Grab
after
your
she
ult
got
and
to
get
the
another
first or
heat shield and
second
rotate
heat
around
shield,
this.
but outside of that, there really wasn't much else we could have
so
done better.
fucked
We were
if
just kind of
Loba's
fucked
not
in
in
this
this
situation.
Okay, there's a heat shield.
Now that the part one is over, I hope you come back for the second part to see how the matches progress forward as I switch over to Fuse. The matches progressively get better as I'm using a character I'm much more comfortable with and I can utilize more effectively. I also start getting into a better groove to assisting my team more by doing more damage, by putting on constant pressure, and using my abilities in the best way that I know how. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come to check out the rest of the series. If you liked it, leave a like, and if you didn't, leave a dislike. Give any suggestions for how I could improve this content or future content in the comment section below.